what's up everybody? Today we're doing a video about the latest manga I finished. Now, before I begin, I would like to preface this video. This is a new to manga video. Again, this series is about how I am exploring the world of manga and getting into it and all those things. This is like one of the first manga I ever read, and it was a strange choice for this one, to read this one to completion. This is Mysterious Girlfriend X. Now before I begin, the preface that I wanted to say was, I finished this manga like a couple months ago, and a lot of the files that have been going around my computer has been a lot of reviews that are just kind of going into the cloud to be edited for later. And this video was one of them. That's for this whole future plan thing I got going on. And one of these files got deleted, and I wasn't sure which file it was. And like, I kind of just put it off into the back of my mind, and then I was like, that's the file that got deleted, the Mysterious Girlfriend X file. So I will now, before I completely give up, look at my computer one last time just to make sure that this file isn't here. There is no Mysterious Girlfriend X file, so I can reshoot my review. The last one didn't even come out that great, in all honesty. I was stumbling my words a lot. So we're just gonna retry it. So, Mysterious Girlfriend X, I swear to God, I'm this paranoid that I'm double checking every single place it could be. Okay, not there. Mysterious Girlfriend X. This is a long ass manga. It's almost, I think, 100 issues long, 100 chapters I should say. It's not a comic book. And yeah, there's an anime. I watched the anime. It was actually one of the first anime I ever watched. I want to say it was like the 15th or something anime I watched, and it was one of the first times I got hit with those, you gotta read the manga if you want to get the real ending kind of issues. And I was like, really? Really? So I remember looking into the manga, but that was at a time it wasn't like as available to me. You know, this manga I read on my phone because that's the world we're living in. I wasn't living in that world quite yet back then, so I just kind of was like, whatever, fuck you and your ending, Mysterious Girlfriend X. But now I was looking for some manga to read, and I decided that would be the one. This manga that's been going on for like a fucking decade, or it was going on for a decade. 100 chapters? Yeah, why not? And it's a romantic comedy. I don't think I need to go into a synopsis. I think if you made it this far and you know about this, unless you're just watching it for me, and in that case I'll give a short summary, which is, this is a manga featuring a guy who has feelings for this girl. This girl is mysterious. She's the new girl. She does like these outlandish things in class, and every other time she's like a shut-in, don't talk to me, hair in my face, tsundere type, you know, fuck off, I'm not dealing with it. But when she's talking to the main character Tsubaki, there's a connection between them. And suddenly at one point she like fell asleep in school, and he's like, yo, wake up. And she's like, oh shit. Walks out, and there is a pile of drool, a puddle I should say, on the desk, and he's like, you know what? Puts it in his fucking mouth. Disgusting. Disgusting. I hope he gets all the STDs. And after this moment, Tsubaki and this girl's connection is formed via drool. So for instance, Tsubaki and this girl can have telepathic like emotions via drool, and they even start dating, and a lot of the manga is really just week by week, like, let's just fuck around this type of week. There's a couple arcs. There's this arc where the girl Urabe, who is the female protagonist, the mysterious girlfriend, who also like has a superpower of using scissors really good. There's an arc where she looks like this celebrity, and so she kind of swaps places with this celebrity for like a while. There's an arc where they're making a film in their school, and the film is very similar to the life that Tsubaki and Urabe are living. There's some rival romance characters thrown in there. There's some friends who play a big part into the story. But the heart of the show is really just these two characters who are, you know, developing a relationship. We see where it goes. We see if it prospers. We wait for that fateful first kiss. Maybe they'll have sex. They seem to be young when it starts, but it appears several years are passing by and nothing's happening. So it's very much one of those we're gonna tread water for a really long time type of manga. And I'm not necessarily disappointed by that. I know I've played games and read stories and watched stories where it's a very by the numbers, we're gonna do the same thing every single time. Like I remember playing Kingdom Hearts, and at the end of every fucking mission, let's just sit at that fucking tower and eat ice cream every day. But you know what? I love those cutscenes. I remember watching Haruhi Suzumiya, the fucking Endless 8. I love those episodes. I really like the repetition in storytelling. I really like this camera angle has been bothering me. I like stories that like kind of have an established, this is what we're gonna do, and now it feels like it's about to fall. Yep. This is why we don't fuck with things after we start filming. Okay, that's a lot better. So, we really are treading water like a lot in this manga, but I think that repetition really like made it easy for me. Like, hey, let's open up my phone and fucking quick easy chapter of Mysterious Girlfriend X. Hell yeah. It was very accessible. And Urabe is an amazing character. She at first it seems like she has like this mystery to her, like she's some kind of like what's going on with her, like she has like some kind of dark secret or superpower, and she's just shy. That's her big thing. She's just shy. There's nothing special to her. The manga really tries to play it up, but like at some point you realize, okay, she loves Tsubaki, and so she wouldn't be this cold, like mean person to him anymore, and she kind of just slowly opens up, and it kind of almost feels like a natural progression in maybe not a romance, but a relationship between two people. We really get to see this character open up, and a lot of the times it's really heartwarming. She's made out to be super cute. The whole thing is look how hot or look how cute she is. The whole fucking manga is about that. This is one of those kind of Japanese, like, let's stare at these girls and fucking, it's written by a dude who's probably a little bit lonely. It's okay. We're not judging you, whatever your name is. I already forgot. Which I feel bad. I should know the name of the author if I read 100 fucking chapters by this guy, but alas. So, I enjoyed the manga a lot, actually. It was a very accessible and fun story. I think the drool thing, I got over it pretty quickly. It made sense for the world. It was quirky. You know, it wasn't that gross. Spit can be sexy. Sure. It has a social barrier against it. I think this whole show and most anime have social barriers. And I think most anime fans like kind of have a unity in accepting those social barriers. This particular social barrier was the spit thing. It is addressed in the manga itself how weird it is. Especially in that part where they're making a movie about like a very similar topic. And there was one panel that was really fucking funny where they're making fun of the person who made the movie. He's like, it's a form of expression, like, If you read the manga and you saw that part, I really like that part. But besides that, you know, the characters are fun and interesting. I liked both of the two arcs I mentioned. A lot of the other arcs are really short and sweet, and you know, the opening arc where we're introducing everyone. This show really seemed to just want to get into the repetition now. It was kind of just like a lot of stuff, and then okay, this part we're just gonna stretch on until the very end. And the ending itself, before 8 out of 10, Soul Badge of approval for anyone who doesn't want to hear spoilers. Spoilers. So the ending of the show, or the ending of the manga, and the show, nobody kisses, nobody has big fucking, you know, earlier in the manga it was like hinting at them having sex, and there was that whole scene with them dancing. I guess that is all figurative, and I guess we just hyped that up for no reason. They do not have sex. But what they do have is kind of like a symbolic, deeper kind of message. And it was kind of to say, hey, this entire story was about a relationship that was before. It was all a coming of age story. And if it's a true coming of age story, then we can't really come of age. It is literally supposed to end right before it hits that maturity. It is a prepubescent story, to kind of put it into perspective. If my framing looks different, it's because my camera battery just died. I fucking don't know why the Lord or whatever runs this universe doesn't want me to record this video. The YouTube gods have smited me again. Jesus Christ. Okay. Mysterious Girlfriend X, I'm just gonna give my final thoughts. It was a really fun manga. I thought the characters were really sweet, and they had this very innocent and kind of touching romance. Again, the ending, it was kind of just trying to say this is an innocent story. This is the sunset was the perfect symbolism. It is. We never end the story before, or the story ends before the sun is set and the age of adulthood has risen. It is a story without that part. And I can respect that. I thought it was kind of like, aw, that's kind of sweet. I was okay with it. And it was more, the progression was that they are okay with each other to the point that they can kiss, even though they've been to each other's houses and done like all these other things that are probably way past that point. People make out with strangers, but that's besides the point. It was a really sweet manga. Was it worth reading like 100 chapters? Like, how much am I gonna get? Like, how much better of content could I have received within 100 chapters? If anything, I'm giving it an 8 out of 10 because, again, it was one of my first anime, so it's kind of ironic that it's become one of my first manga. It kind of just writes itself, but that's probably why I'm giving it an 8 out of 10 and a Soul Badge of approval. Anyway, that's probably going to be it for me. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you in the next edition of New to Manga, and until then, thank you for watching, and with that, I leave you.